Hi, I'm Lauren Taub Cohen, creator of Living Fully. And in this guided exercise, I'll be inviting us to be with an inner critic, a thought, a voice inside that says, you should, why haven't you? You must. Those intrusive, thorny thoughts that may come with a real harsh sting to them, like, you're such a mess. You're a failure. You don't deserve fill in the blank. And so you may wonder why I'm even inviting us to be with an inner critic, something saying that. And that makes sense, It makes sense to not want to be with something saying that. And yet I hope through this process you'll discover that that inner critic, despite what it's saying or even shouting, is on your side. But we have to go beneath that surface level, what it's saying or screaming, to understand that, to get that. Mhm. So I don't want to give away too much or say too much. How about we start this guided exercise and you can see for yourself if this helps in any way, if this brings a shift or a bit more ease. And so feel free to get comfortable or make any adjustments. And feel free to make adjustments as we go. If you need to stretch or change your position, yeah, that's welcome. And this will probably be about 15-ish minutes. Yeah, and if you need more time, feel free to pause this recording. And so, as a way of starting, just taking some time to let awareness come more and more to your whole body as it is here and now. And feeling the support that you're sitting upon. Maybe even noticing where your body meets and receives that support. And feeling the support beneath your hands and the support beneath your feet. And just allowing your body to be as it is, feel as it does. And feeling your breathing and allowing your breath to be just as it is, however it is. And letting awareness come more and more into that whole inner area of your body, including your throat and chest, stomach and belly. And taking some time here to notice just how you are in this moment, the mood that's there, or the weather within. And that mood or weather within may come in words or sensations, maybe a mix of both. And just offering an inner hello to what's there. Like you're saying inwardly or out loud, hello, I know you're there. And if what's there needs your company, then feel free to stay with it and ignore me as I move forward. So you might think back over the past day, few days, or even a week. If there has been a critical thought, a judgy thought, a kind of, yeah, you really messed that up. Or why can't you just blah, blah, blah? Noticing if there's been something like that there for you. It may even begin to feel a bit crowded, like, ooh, there's not just one, there's like a dozen or more. Yeah, so it may feel a bit crowded. And if so, you might acknowledge that, like, whoa, yeah, there's been a lot of inner critics here. And so for this exercise, we'll just choose one, and it might be the first thought that came, or the most uncomfortable one, or the loudest one. And as a way of beginning to form an inner relationship with it, I offer this sentence starter. Something in me is saying. So if I have that critical thought of, you really messed up, my sentence would be, something in me is saying, you really messed up. And you might say that sentence inwardly or out loud. Something in me is saying. And then see if you have a sense of where that one is. Or maybe it's in your head, in your mind, or maybe it's a bit out in front to the side. Kind of sensing where that one is saying what it's saying. And even if you don't know where it is, that's okay. We can trust that it's here. You're hearing it say what it's saying, so it's here. And if you don't know where it is, totally okay. And so the next step is to sense if it's worried. So if I'm with something in me saying, you really screwed up, I'm sensing if it's worried. Often inner critics are worried. And so if you get a sense that it is worried, you might let it know you hear that. Even saying back to it inwardly or out loud, I get you're worried. And often the louder an inner critic is, the more worried it is. So see if it would feel right to say to it, I really get how worried you are. Notice if even doing this much brought about a deeper breath, a bit of a shift, of some kind. And then sensing what it's not wanting you to experience or go through. So it's likely that it's worried. And now you're sensing what it's not wanting you to experience or go through. And so you're not asking it, you're just sensing there's something it's not wanting you to experience or go through. Maybe what comes is it's not wanting you to experience rejection or feel like an outsider. And if something does come, I'm checking back with it to see if you got that right. What it's not wanting you to go through or experience. And let it know you hear it. Let it know you really get that it's not wanting you to go through that. It's not wanting you to experience that. I have two more invitations to offer. And the next is sensing what it's not wanting you to feel if that happens. If what it's worried about happens. So if what I'm with isn't wanting me to experience, go through rejection, I'm sensing what it's not wanting me to feel if that happens. And what comes for me is a despair, like a heavy despair. So just seeing what comes for you, sensing what it's not wanting you to feel. If what it's worried about happens, if that happens. And it may share a response in words or even memories, like it's not wanting you to feel that again or go through that again. Or it may show an image like something crushed under a rock. And so if it shares what it's not wanting you to feel, let it know you hear that, saying inwardly or out loud, I get you're not wanting me to feel that. And this next invitation may come too early. And if this doesn't fit or feel right, feel free to dismiss it. You might sense what it is wanting you to feel or experience. And just being open to what comes. And what comes may be even more about what it's not wanting you to feel and not wanting you to experience. And if so, that's okay. Let it know you hear that. And if what you're with is sharing what it wants for you, what it wants you to feel or experience, let it know you hear that. So, as I'm sensing what the one I've been with is wanting for me, the phrase that comes is uncrumpled ease. And just checking back with the one you've been with to see if you're getting it, if it's feeling a bit more understood. And as a way of beginning to end, you might sense if there's been a shift of some kind as you've been with this one and gotten to know it a bit better. Maybe you even understand more why it's saying what it's saying. If you're noticing even a bit more ease or a bit more space, just taking a moment here to savor that. And if you like, you might sense if there's something you'd like to remember or take with you from this exercise. And as a way of ending, maybe thanking the one you've been with if that feels right, thanking your body's process, or what came into awareness. And then at your own pace and at your own time, opening your eyes and coming back to the room you're in, the space you're in. Even taking some time to look around the room you're in, the space you're in. Yeah, and allowing your body to make any movements or adjustments it might like to make. And you're welcome to share any part of what came for you in the comments section below. And questions are welcome too, challenges, something maybe that was difficult. Yeah. So take care for now. Bye bye.